Hey guys, hope you all crispy and crunchy. It's Serial Matty here, and we have a big night behind us in DDLC Purist mod, the Natsuki route. Natsuki told us the full story, or maybe not the full story, but she told us a part of the story, what's going on between her and her dad. We found out that her dad would beat her, or he hit her once, but she still has a bruise from that, even after 2 months living at my place. So we might find out more about this in this episode, and to find it out, let's find that out. Does that even make sense? I don't know. I didn't read the first thing, I don't care. Unaware of what's going on around me, I check my phone to see the time. Almost 7 PM already. We really slept that long. Natsuki, are you awake? It doesn't seem like it. The way she's still been holding on to me. Huh? Natsuki wakes up and rubs her eyes. It's almost 7 PM. Okay. Natsuki tries to going back to sleep, which is one thing, but can things be swept under the rug this easily? What am I even thinking? Natsuki's been through more than enough. I'd be savvy to try to get her to wake up when she's fine with sleeping. It doesn't make me think about how I'm handling this situation in general. I've had no experience with what she's been going through or anything similar either. Am I really qualified to give advice for this? And if not me, then who? I haven't asked Natsuki about her thoughts on counseling or anything yet, but I'm the person she trusts the most right now, aren't I? It might seem like I'm overthinking this a bit, but I think this is important enough for that note not to matter. What I say from this point forward could potentially change her life forever. Maybe it could change mine too. I continued to sleep and woke up at around 11 PM. I don't think I've ever slept this long before, actually. Natsuki's up this time too, though I turn over and see her reading some manga. Hey. She turns her face to me with a sliver of nervousness in her expression. What? Can we talk? Natsuki looks as if she wanted to put it off, which I can't blame her for. You're probably gonna bug me until I say yes, so... Natsuki puts the manga down and pulls the bed blanket closer to her. Both of us are on the same page about the situation with your dad, right? But that creates another issue, which is figuring out what to do about it. Why do we need to do anything about it? What do you mean? Like I said, why do we have to try to fix it in the first place? Is she even wrong? Does there need to be a solution? Well, do you still care for your dad? I do, but I'm happy living the way I am at the moment. I'm getting myself into something that ultimately isn't for me to try to change. Do you think you'd be happier if things were patched up? Maybe I would be, but I don't want to take the risk to find out. Am I going in circles thinking about this? I want to help Natsuki. She's so important to me, and I love her so much, but I have to question if this is okay for me to do. I don't think she's ever actually asked for my help this way. With this, has she? Can we at least talk about this later? I don't know if we should. I'll be honest, I'm extremely unsure about what I'm saying right now. But would things be the same if we let this go? Would things be the same the next time we go on a date? Like I said, I don't know what we should do about your dad. I think it's just gonna feel weird if we don't do something. I used to think the same thing, you know? I thought about it a lot when I first came to live with you. Remember how tense I was back then? Then I learned to let it go, I guess. Eventually I started dating you, and here we are now. There's no problem with us living like this, is there? My dad doesn't seem to care enough to talk with me anyway. I was thinking about that, actually. What's up with the times we found her dad in public? He didn't speak to Natsuki, but he did ask at one point if I was dating her. If that's what you want, Natsuki, then I'll respect your wishes. I'll admit that I'm still curious about a lot of things, but as you said, there's no harm in the way we're living. If you want to put this aside for now, then that's okay. Natsuki hugs me. Thank you, Matty. Natsuki has been so sweet lately. That's probably because she's speaking to her boyfriend, but living in a healthier environment is probably influencing her too. Maybe it is okay to end things here. We're both happy now, so maybe it's fine to leave it at this, since I don't think anything bad will come out of it. Right? Is this foreshadowing something? I don't hope so. I know things won't stay like this. I know something is going to happen. I know there's no way this is over. But until then, I'm going to enjoy whatever happens next. There's no point in being anxious about something that hasn't happened yet. Jesus, the goosebumps, they got me. They covered my whole body. Jesus. But I'm into this. In other worlds, it's time to relax. Yeah, not just here on Earth, just in every single world you can imagine. It's time to relax. So let's sleep a while. It's been a while since I learned what was going on with Natsuki and her dad. As it turns out, it was easier to let go of than I thought it would be. In fact, I've been looking forward to today. Matty, wake up! I'm awake. Good! Happy Valentine's Day! Oh, it's Valentine's Day! What are you gonna do? Do you just stay at home and bake something or cook? Or do you go out to a restaurant or to the theater? Or what do you have planned? Anyway, Natsuki pushes a tray of homemade chocolate towards me. Aw, thanks Natsuki. It was a bit high-pitched, but anyway. The chocolates all have a different shape, as if they were made with a uniqueness in mind. I pick one up and take a bite, experiencing one of the best chocolates I've eaten in a long time. Wow, this tastes great. Nice job. Yeah, I tried. Wait, you made chocolate yourself? Isn't this like a completely difficult process? You need all the ingredients. Do you even get that in like regular supermarkets around? But it's cool that she tried. I never tried making chocolate, and I think I never will be. Natsuki tries gathering her courage to say something. So, yeah? Since it's Valentine's Day, shouldn't we, go on a date or something too? Sure, I don't see why not. Duh! That's as far as I got, actually. Where should we go? That's a good question. That is actually a good question. It should be something unique too, so maybe a theater or a restaurant might not be the best thing here. But what do you come up with? We sit there for a few moments, having no idea where to go from here. You know what? You know that place we go to on picnics sometimes? There's a lake near that would be a nice place to relax at. Yeah, I know where you're talking about. I'll be waiting then, I guess. For me to change or what? Wait, it's already dark? Okay, we spent the rest of our day normally until nighttime, at which point it's time to go. You go to the lake at night? You want to swim in it? Well, I'm finished getting ready. Ready. What about you, Natsuki? I'm ready. Are we gonna get going or what? Yeah, let's go. Okay. Ooh, this looks pretty. Oh, look at the moon. It makes the environment so much, I don't know, nighttime feeling. Like, you know what I'm trying to say. But actually, really good job on that artwork, developers. Really good one. I really like it. Anyway, Natsuki and I walk out of the door and meet the cold air of the night, along with the light breeze complementing it. From there, we head to the place I have in mind. Once we get there, we realize that maybe my idea for a date location that I come up with on the spot wasn't so bad after all. The water is gorgeous. The moon shines down on the lake, giving an amazing amount of light considering what time it is. Yeah, the moon is pretty bright, actually, but I like it. I think this is my favorite artwork of the whole game so far. Just the atmosphere is fantastic. We both sit down on the edge, arms wrapped around each other, around each other as we stare into the moonlight. Man, this place is beautiful. I absolutely agree. Not as beautiful as you, of course. Mwah, you silly. Natsuki looks disappointed. You're just looking for cheesy stuff to say. To be fair, she's not entirely wrong. Yeah, but that doesn't stop it from being true, does it? Well, I'll accept that compliment. Just because I complain doesn't mean those are only my only feelings. You already know that. It wasn't a serious complaint anyway. Natsuki goes back to a small smile, which I'll take. It's pretty cold though. Natsuki puts both of her arms around me instead of only one. Yeah, sorry about that. I should have brought a blanket or picked an earlier time. Guess there's not much we can do about it now. Just hugging. Guess you'll have to warm me as a punishment. Is that really a punishment? I'm cold too, Natsuki. You're not going to get much warmer with what you're doing. You're just looking for an excuse to hug me. No, I'm not. I grin. Whatever you say, Natsuki. We stay like this for a couple minutes until I bring up something I remembered. Hey, Natsuki. What is it? I'm trying to concentrate on warming up. Yeah, sure. Anyway, those chocolates you baked were pretty good. Got me thinking, though. Remember the time when we first went grocery shopping? It's been a long time since then, Matty. You don't have to think about all our previous dates when I'm right here. I know, but I was thinking about why we went shopping. We went shopping. For food, probably. I think that's why people go to grocery stores. I believe we brought cupcake supplies, though. We bought. And when I asked you what or who they were for, you said I'd find out soon enough. But I don't think I ever found out what they were for. Oh, that! Natsuki sounds embarrassed. Didn't you already figure it out? I thought it was obvious. Are you trying to get me to call you an idiot or on purpose or something? You already know I usually don't mean it. I don't get what's so attractive about saying it. Wait, usually? I generally don't know. I don't like jumping to conclusions like that. You're going to make me say it, aren't you? You're going to make me say it, aren't you? If it makes you happy, I was going to make them for you, idiot. Ah. Oh, what a surprise. Okay, in hindsight, I should have figured that out a long time ago. How come I never got them then? You already forgot? This whole terrible life kind of ruins your desire to do anything for everyone thing? Anyone thing? Yeah, I'm dumb. Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to bring that up. Yeah, I'm used to this at this point. I used to say that to you, I used to say that you said weird stuff sometimes, but I'm starting to think you're weird in general. What's that supposed to mean? As I've said before, it's not a bad thing. Natsuki quits hugging me and looks at the lake again. At least your taste in date locations is okay. In chocolate, your taste in chocolate. Yeah, of course. You taste chocolate. That's true. Well, I've been able to get some practice after all. Matty? Yeah? I wonder what life would have been like if I had never met you. Actually, I don't want to think about what life would have been like if I never found you. I know it'd be bad though. Putting it into perspective, Natsuki's right. If she never met me, she wouldn't have had any place to stay after her dad hit her. And I don't want to think about what life after that would have been like either. Would she have had the courage to ask any of the other club members for a place to stay? I don't think it matters now anyway. I'm so glad I'm dating you. Wouldn't it be annoying if I said that for the 1000th time? Maybe it would be, but it wouldn't change anything. I still don't get why you're dating me. But I can't deny that I've had a good time dating you too. A great time even. Whatever makes you feel better or something. I think it's kind of cute how you add or something, or I guess whenever you're saying something nice to me. Well, you know what? Even Natsuki doesn't have any comebacks for that. Ooh. It wouldn't hurt to start another conversation to break the silence, would it? Ask about her favorite date, ask how she's doing, don't say anything. Nah, that's weird. That just creates awkward silence. Not the perfect thing for a date. Ask how she's doing. Nah, I don't want to bring the dad thing up again. Because it's Valentine's Day, you have a date, you have better things to do than worry about the past. So I think I'll ask her about her favorite date yet. By the way, Natsuki, what's your favorite date we've had? Huh? I never really thought about that, honestly. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Sorry. They're all pretty okay. Yeah, I've enjoyed all of them too. Kind of makes me wonder what would be the perfect date though. I might have something in mind for that. Ooh, you do? Wait, really? Later, maybe. Something I've kind of wanted to do for a while, but we'll see. What's that supposed to mean? Oh well. Are you hinting at something? Something that should not be done in public, so to say? I shouldn't be theorizing about it. And why am I thinking about it anyway? I'm so dirty-minded. Fuck no. Get the hand off the mouse. And so the night continues like this until I check my phone and realize how late it's gotten. I hate to say this, but we should get back home now. Natsuki stares into my eyes. Oh, it's the Jubilife city music again. If you could see me, like I'm shaking my head at a slow pace. It's making me all calm. Natsuki stares into my eyes. Do we have to? I stare back. We can stay for a little longer, I guess. Okay, this is getting really romantic. We're not going to be interrupted, are we? Please don't tell me we're about to be interrupted. You know what? Screw even bringing that up. I'm going to enjoy the moment and nobody's going to stop me. Oh, right, Natsuki's still there. You space out or something? Good. I can always make time for us to be together, you know? Yeah, that makes me happy. Whoop. Our faces lean in closer. I love you so much, Natsuki. So do I, Matty. She starts leaning in. Our faces are so close. Could this be? She suddenly stops leaning in. Hey, about earlier when I said there's nothing I've been wanting to do. There's something I need to ask. Have you ever been kissed before? At the moment, not even once. You? It's the same here. Our faces are even closer now. Natsuki blushes. Would you like to change that? I don't see why not. Eventually, our faces can't get any closer. Suddenly we're kissing. Nobody to interrupt us, nothing to bring us down. And man, does it feel good. I keep thinking the moment's going to be ruined by something, but it never does. All that happens is pure bliss. Once we're done, we both have a look of shock on our face. Did we actually? I think so. Okay, I'm just checking. We should do this more often. I liked it. Natsuki seems like she's trying to stop blushing, but can't do it. I agree. I'll admit, I had a bit of trouble figuring out what to say, but whatever. My first kiss was great, though. I think this was a good day overall. Well, how romantic. It even was on Valentine's Day. You two do a good job, do you know that? More time passed. Much, much more time. Wake up! You know what day it is, don't you? I struggle to sit up. Still not fully awake, I think. So, you have no idea then? I didn't say that. It is true though, I will give you that. I'm not surprised you'd forget, seeing as you were never good at remembering, but lucky for you, I am. I still don't know what today is. It's been half a year since we first started dating, duh? Ooh, it's half a year now. I raise an eyebrow. Already? Yep, doesn't feel like it's been this long though. It's the same here, and same here, like the real me. So, like, it's actually been 6 months, right? Yeah? I know you're probably shocked that you had a girlfriend for more than a week, but, you know, I'd never leave you. I'm guessing we should celebrate later tonight, then. You're getting better at this. Took you long enough. I try. You do? Very funny, Natsuki. I'll think of the details later, but I'm tired. You're always tired. We have to get to school anyway. Yeah. I would be redundant if I said school was boring as usual, so I won't. We did, of course, go to the literature club, though. Oh, it's been a long time since I've met all the other faces, so... The bundle of sunshine! As we walk in while holding hands, Sayori greets us. You two look happy today. They always look happy, Sayori. Not saying that's a bad thing. Well, it's been half a year since we started dating, so... Yuri peeks up from the book she's reading. Is she jealous? Congratulations. It's not a big deal. Natsuki looks disappointed in me. I think it is a big deal. The fact that Matty had a girlfriend for longer than a week is impressive. Yes, Natsuki, you made that joke at home too. That was a joke? Dang it, Natsuki. Anyway, I think that's pretty cool. Congrats, both of you. I remember when you two first met. I kind of give her the same voice as Natsuki now. I saw this coming, to be honest. Did you, Monica? I didn't think it was obvious we had feelings for each other at the time. It was obvious. Huh? Anyway, we're going to read some manga now. I see. Have fun. And they all disappear, one by one. Once all was said and done, Natsuki and I head back home. On our way back by my house, I see the silhouette of a tall figure dart across the bushes. At least it tries to dart across the bushes. Once it realizes our eyes are on it, it stops. It walks a little bit forward, enough for us to see who it is. Natsuki's dead. I kind of saw that one coming. I've seen him multiple times before while I was with Natsuki, and he never interacted with us much. She would glare at him, and that seemed to get her thoughts across just fine. This time, though, I noticed something about his hand. He was clenching his fist, which wasn't a fantastic sign. Next text box, please. Thank you. It was quite a terrible sign, actually, but I feel that speaks for itself, and I'm kind of panicking at this point. So, is he gonna punch me? Am I about to be killed or something? Oh no. Oh no. This might be a choice that could either get me into trouble or could save anything. I'ma save the game real quick. Just in case I make any wrong decisions. But should I confront him? Well, I don't think he would be too aggressive or so aggressive that he would actually kill me, so that's not a thing. But would Natsuki hate me for doing that or running away? I mean, we would be safe, but he might follow us and then he knows where we live. Well, my mind kind of says that I should run away, but I'm curious to find out what would happen if I confront him, so I'm picking this. Oh my god, I'm nervous. I can't run away from this forever. Hey you, what are you doing? It didn't matter though, because he runs away anyway. You're not going to go after him, are you? I don't think there's any point in chasing him. It's clear he doesn't want to talk. Phew, nothing happened. Which is nice, since it benefits my health in the sense that I don't get killed. Okay, you shouldn't expect to get killed by just a random guy, just out of nothing. He might hurt you but not kill you. That's a bit exaggerated. Yeah. Okay. Well, may as well head home. I walk through the front door and take a deep breath as I sit on the living room couch. Your dad seems a bit, angry? That's a word for it, yeah. Sorry, my butt kind of hurts. Oh, this chair. Sorry. Gotta stretch. And I'm ready to continue. I'm not really sure what to do about this. I doubt he's actually going to murder you or anything, Matty. I doubt it either. I know, but... But nothing. Well, this situation is a bit tense right now. Besides, it's a special day. Shouldn't you take me out on a date, since that's the point of dating and all? Of course. Should we get something to eat? If it's at a place that doesn't rip you off like that one time, fast food it is. For most people, going to fast food restaurant wouldn't be romantic. Sorry, scratch that. For basically anyone, going to fast food restaurant wouldn't be romantic. Luckily, Natsuki wasn't just anyone. Ooh, here we are. Well, we're here. We walk into the restaurant. There's a certain modern atmosphere to it, although it doesn't necessarily mask the fact that that this is a fast food place, and the fact that we're going on a date at a fast food place. Once we order our food, we sit down next to each other at an empty table. I know this place is a bit weird for a date, but we've gone here before, haven't we? Yeah, I don't think you've been. You have to worry, Matt. You have to be worried, Matty. I'd rather be somewhere comfortable than somewhere super romantic, and this place is comfortable for me. So we eventually receive our food. As Natsuki unwraps her hamburger, I notice that she seems unsure about something. Is everything alright? There's something I've been wanting to try. I start to drink some water. Ooh. Excuse me, what? Would you feed me? I mean, I don't want to judge you, but this is pretty weird. A pretty weird thing to say at a fast food restaurant on our half-year celebration, whatever. Words. Why? I mean, I kind of joked about that some episodes ago, but do you really mean that? On our like half-a-year anniversary. Oh. I didn't even read the impossible answers. Spit out the water you're drinking. Spit out the water you're drinking. Spit out the water you're drinking. Or a secret number 4, spit out the water you're drinking. I would like the none of the above and just do it. But, yeah, it doesn't matter anyway. What? Natsu... I spill my drink. Probably. Or water. I'm just curious, okay? I've seen so many other couples do it, and... Let me get this straight. You want me to feed you? Don't make me say it again. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't at least a bit curious about what it was like to... Sure, I guess. I get up and walk over to the utensil center to grab a fork, and then sit back down in my chair. So, Natsuki, we're really doing this? Like I said, it's one of those things you have to do at least once. Really? According to who? Alright, so then I take the fork and stick it in the hamburger, right? The burger, right? Do you eat the burger with fork and a knife? I mean, okay, a big one, but I don't think it's a big one since it's a fast food restaurant. Anyway, it's just not relevant now. I guess. Wait, you eat hamburgers with fork? Yeah, there you go, Natsuki. Just said it. Yeah. No need to discuss it anyway. It's a lifestyle, Natsuki. No, it isn't. Anyway, next, you open your mouth. Do you, like, tell her the instructions to do it, or what? You read from whatever manual? Actually, I changed my mind. What? Are you going to feed me now? This is too embarrassing. Natsuki, we are in a fast food restaurant. Not a single person is going to judge. Sure, feeding someone a hamburger isn't how it's usually done if you want to be romantic. Actually, nobody does that. Well, we're about to do this. Now that I think about it, it wouldn't be weird for someone to judge us. So, I had to get up and grab a fork. You don't want to waste the 10 seconds I spent to get us a fork, do you? I think what I'm saying is very convincing, personally. Fine. Natsuki opens her mouth as I put the fork into it. She bites down and quickly chews, filled with embarrassment. Well? She swallows and tries to think of something to respond with. That was a thing. Yep, that was definitely a thing. I'm glad we can both agree on that. Can we also agree to never do that again? At least not in a fast food restaurant? Sure, because I wasn't going to do it again anyway. Not for now, at least. Yeah. That was weird. I absolutely agree. And so we finish up our food and leave the restaurant. Okay. Once we head home, things go back to normal. Not things seemed like they went back to normal. I meant that we didn't even think about Natsuki's dead once. Or rather, we thought about it, but didn't want to admit it had been on our minds. The rest of the night goes well enough. There was no other drama, at least. Tomorrow, though? I doubt it'll be as peaceful as I'm hoping for. I don't know why, but it feels like something's about to happen. Don't foreshadow it. Don't just call it. It will happen. I'm certain right now. I'm tired of this. Not now, Natsuki. Not now? If not now, then when? How much longer is this going to be put off? I'm serious. We will discuss this later. Like I said, you keep saying we'll talk about it later, but nothing ever actually happens. I don't want to keep living like this, and I don't think you do either. Go to your room, Natsuki. We will discuss this later, and that is final. No, we have to do something. Part of the reason I'm doing this is because I still care about you. You don't know what I'd give for things to go back to the way they used to be. But it's not that easy. None of this is. Do you not understand, Natsuki? I understand, but it doesn't change anything. I ask you to leave. How many times do I have to say it? Leave. I won't. Leave. We have to settle this. Leave. Never. Leave. No. Not until you at least try to change. Not until we have a better life. You will never get it. No, you're the one who doesn't get it. You've never got it. Enough. Natsuki. Oh my dear Itsuko. You have no idea how much I wish you were still with us. Ah, it's her mother. I just don't know what to do. Is this still from the flashback? Because we are in a completely different location. Well, not completely different, but the background is changed. I freeze in place. It's him. Oh, fuck. No, that wasn't a flashback. This is actually him. Oh, God. It was the night after mine and Natsuki's anniversary. She had gone to bed, and I was about to join her when I heard a knock on the door. So I went to open it, and there he was. I was face to face with Natsuki's dead, and by myself this time. Why did you open the door? You can look through the door, or the peephole, whatever. As I was saying back to where I left off, Nat's dead. I just don't want to do. I don't know what to do. Hi, what do I even do here? You see, well, do you just lead him inside? He plops onto the couch in the living room. Yes, he does. I hope you don't mind. Well, it's not like I can do anything about it anyway. What are you here for? You looked kinda upset yesterday. Oh, that. Sorry about running away when you tried to speak to me, but I didn't feel like discussing anything at the time. I was upset after all. What happened yesterday is unrelated to what I need to ask you, though. From my understanding, Natsuki has been living with you, correct? Yes? For half a year, then? A pained expression rests on his face. I'm not here to criticize you or tell you how to live your life. It seems I've lost the right to even give advice for my own daughter's life. I wanted to see things for myself, though. I hear the door to my room open. Maddie, who's there? I think I recognize that voice. It's nobody, Natsuki. That was the worst lie I could have come up with. The absolute worst lie possible. It's clear I wasn't at the top of my game right now. I'm talking to your boyfriend. As soon as Natsuki hears that, she slams the door shut. That's one problem solved, I guess. What am I saying? I'm panicking to no end, and that's what's probably the worst solution in history. We're actually going to talk about this right here. Aren't there better places to talk about this? It's not going to change anything at this point. I sigh and ask another question. You've seen Natsuki and I go on dates multiple times. How come you never did anything other than ask me a question once? He looks off to the side. I guess I accepted it early on. My daughter didn't want to live with me anymore. She cuts ties. It pains me to realize that, but what was I supposed to do? You and I both know she wouldn't have come back to me. Certainly not if I approached you two in the middle of something. I was stuck. Done. She's gone. I feel slightly more comfortable about speaking to him at this point, partially because he wasn't going to murder me. Not totally comfortable, but that made it a little better. That sums it up, yeah? What a shame. Unlike what I expected, he doesn't give a hint of anger in his voice. You regret, or only regret. You seem rather calm about all this. Of course, like I said, I accepted it. There's nobody to be angry at except myself. Yeah. I know this is my fault. I know I've made the biggest mistake of my life. Wait, is this music kind of like backwards? I already hated myself before all this happened. But ever since Natsuki left, I've been worse. I loathed myself more each day. Wondering how I could have lost my temper like that. Wondering how I could have broken a promise I made to my own wife. He pauses. But I doubt you want to hear about that. And I understand. I know you must think I'm a terrible excuse for a parent. I'm not trying to gain any sympathy from you. Because I wasn't going to give him any. But at last, I finally feel brave enough to talk a bit more. Acknowledging your awful actions doesn't excuse them from being awful. I thought I'd gone too far with that, but Natsuki's dad takes a deep breath and speaks again, as surprisingly calm as ever. I'm aware. There is no redeeming myself for what I did. Believe me, I'm not trying to deny that. I'm just trying to think about what to do next. He pauses again, this time for even longer. Natsuki probably told you about me distancing myself from everyone, didn't she? She did. Yes, after I lost my wife. I noticed a tear roll down his cheek. He stops yet again. I'm sorry, just after I lost my wife, I became a recluse. I tried to provide for Natsuki, but I didn't provide nearly enough. Even with our financial situation, there is still so much more I could have done. I could have cared for her so much more. There's a reason she's so skinny, you know? I digress, whatever. My point is, nobody should have to be raised by a parent like myself. Nobody should have to be raised by someone who won't give a full attention to their kid. Another tear rolls down his cheek. Then another, and another. They don't stop coming. It's such a horrible situation. Now I've lost everything. After Natsuki was born, I told myself, my past self, that I would eventually do that to her. I don't think I would have been able to take it. But that's selfish too, isn't it? I wanted to be there for my daughter, no matter what. But I couldn't do it. There's no excuse. He's sobbing at this point, his face buried in his hands. Wow, I'm sorry for dragging you into this. It's utterly unacceptable for me to barge into your house like this. Like many things, I wish I could take it back, but I needed someone to vent to. We sit there, unsure what to say next. After several moments of silence, he speaks up again. I lived for Natsuki, you know. After my wife was gone, things kept getting worse. I lost my job at some point. I don't think I ever told Natsuki that, but I wouldn't be shocked if she figured it out. I barely managed to get any money, period, but that's another story. Natsuki was all I had left. Living the way I did was torture. It absolutely does not excuse my behavior, but simply getting out of bed was a seemingly impossible challenge sometimes. The main reason I was so strict towards her was because I didn't want her to experience the life I was living. Even my strictness was misguided, though. I've said it more than enough times, but my life was terrible. But at least I still had my daughter. We argued a lot, though. A lot of times it was about my failure as a parent. I took things too personally. I shouldn't have taken anything personally in the first place. She was my daughter, and she was right. One time I was just disappointed in myself, frustrated, upset, defeated, and ultimately regretful. I should have left the room right there, but I kept talking. I kept deflecting. Looking back, everything I said during that conversation is a joke. I kept going. I wasn't even mad at her. I was mad at myself and didn't want to admit it. Living itself was painful. I couldn't take it anymore, so I did something I agreed I would never do at any point in my life. As a parent. I hit her. And it was then I lost her too. I was left with truly nothing. He takes some more time to collect his thoughts. I don't go outside much, but during the times I did, I would often spot you and her together. I'm not mad at you, to clarify. She deserves someone better than me anyway. As I was saying, I kept watching you too. Thinking about what it could have been. Thinking about how I could have prevented this. For much of my life I blamed everyone else, yet I wouldn't blame the person that was actually responsible for any of this. I didn't blame myself. Not until it was too late. I want to think more about this. I want to react somehow, but thoughts are going through my mind so fast that I'm having to push them away entirely. And all I can do for now is listen. I think it's meant to be this way though. I'm frankly glad it's this way. As I said, Natsuki doesn't deserve me. She doesn't deserve to live the way she did in my house. I still know nothing about you. I don't even know your name. But whenever you and Natsuki were together, she looked so happy, and that's all I ever wanted. I keep searching for words, yet can't find them. Again, I'm sorry to put you through this. This is my responsibility, and mine alone. Finally, I bring myself to say something. What do you plan on doing then? That's a good question. I don't want to take my own life at this point. Thank God, I'm glad. Not because I feel my actions are justified. They're absolutely not. But because I feel so defeated that I can't even bring myself to do that. Fuck. That only leaves one option left. I think I know what he's getting at. As you might be able to guess, I plan to turn myself into the police. Not that it matters. I'm about to get out of your life as quickly as I entered it. Turn himself to the police? Is this really where it ends? I need to think hard about this one. Obviously, he is a terrible parent and not exactly a great person either. But I do wonder if he was always like this. If things went downhill after his wife passed, what about before that? Although Natsuki was probably too young at the time before that all happened to describe what her dad was like then. It's worth it to try and to bring back to what he used to possibly be. Is it worth it? Yeah? Question mark. Natsuki did say she still cares for him. Actually, has he tried family counseling? I don't think he ever brought it up, and Natsuki never mentioned it either. It'll always be there. I'll always be there, thank God. So I guess it's not like they'd be alone. Natsuki doesn't have to stop living with me unless she wants to. At the very least, I don't think the violence incident will happen again. Natsuki's dad is so much different than I expected him to be. His calm demeanor is the opposite of how I thought he'd behave. And that obviously doesn't clear him of what he did, but I find it interesting. I've never seen someone as lost in life as he is, which is more worth it. Question mark. Trying to work towards a better life or blissfully living in the one we already have. I'll admit that I'm not even close to being an expert on this. However, I want the happiest ending we can get to this situation, not solution. Maybe I won't actually be happy, but I want to make the decision that I think will lead us to the brightest future. I'll give my advice on what I think is the solution that will be best for all of us in the end. You should... What should he do? Try reaching out one last time, or turn yourself in? Now, actually, that he was so honest with me and I kind of sympathize with him. I kind of want to give him the chance to see his daughter one last time. Or maybe not for the last time, but, you know. Gosh. Natsuki's dad has made his mistakes. Awful, irredeemable mistakes. But both Natsuki and her dad care for each other. I don't want this to end with her dad turning himself in. I think we can do better than that. I still believe it's possible to recover. I still believe that giving him a second chance could work. And if it doesn't, oh well. At least we can say that we tried. Natsuki's dad is a broken man. A man shattered into thousands of pieces. But something that is broken can also be repaired. I don't want this to end with her dad giving up. I think we can do better than that. I still believe it's possible to turn this around. I still believe it's not all over. And if things don't work out, oh well. Sometimes that just happens. Natsuki's dad will never be able to fix everything that he did wrong. But we don't need to fix everything. We need to fix enough. And that much is possible. I don't want this to end knowing that this could have been so much more. I think we can do better than that. I still believe we haven't lost everything. I still believe we have the chance again to gain. And if we don't gain anything, oh well, we aren't going to lose anything either. I can work with Natsuki and her dad, and they can work with a therapist. We can all work together to get their lives back. I'm a regular person. I can't force anything to happen. I can't force things to get better. I can't have all the answers. But if there's one thing I'm sure of, is that we can make this work. And if we don't at least try, I think that'd be a real shame. You need to try to reconnect with Natsuki. Natsuki's dad looks shocked. I'd be surprised if I were in that situation too. Why? There is no way she'd let me back into her life. I don't know, she might be scared of you, and the idea of changing how she lives right now might terrify her more. But deep down, I think she still cares about you. She even told me as much. What if she didn't really mean it? She does that often. I don't think so. She was too serious. I've been dating her for half a year now, and I can tell when she's not being genuine. When I talked to her about you though, she said that she still cared about you. But she didn't want to change her current lifestyle. That seemed like an odd time to lie. I think she would have said something like, it doesn't matter if I care about him, or I'm fine the way I am now, if she didn't want to be fully honest, or something like that. Oh, sorry. I'm back. It would be strange for her to go out of her way to lie in the first place. My point is, I think we should at least try. We can get you and Natsuki a counselor, and I'd be there the whole way to help out when needed. If you really want to, you can try to turn yourself in at another point, but for now, we'll at least try to connect again with Natsuki with my help. He thinks for a while. This talk has been lasting so long, I wouldn't be surprised if it were midnight at this point. Then he raises his head and gives his answer. Everything we've talked about, all the anxiety, fear and sadness we've gone through, all of it was leading up to this. Sure. I've got nothing else to lose at this point anyway. Let's try then. I want both me and my daughter to be able to get our lives back. Alright, I'll try setting up an appointment with a counselor for you two. After I check with Natsuki, of course. Can you even do that? In hindsight, it's probably not that simple to register someone into counseling like that. I can get started on it, if you say so. Should I come back tomorrow so we can talk again? That sounds like a good idea, yeah? Natsuki's dad walks over to the front door, walks out and slowly shuts it. I think I caught a smile on his face as he was going out, but I couldn't tell for sure. Jeez. Suddenly I hear the door to my room creak. He's gone, Natsuki. She walks out of the living room and takes a deep breath. Okay. I have a question for you, Natsuki. Would you be interested in going to family counseling? I expected her to take a while to think about it, but she responds immediately. Yes. Really? You seemed against the idea of a change before. So, I may or may not have just heard the whole conversation you had with my dad. You'd be a good car salesman, honestly. Oh. It is true, I never decided on a dream job. Anyway. You're up for it then? I can't keep running forever. I've been thinking about it for a long time, honestly. I did say I still cared for him. To clarify, you're absolutely sure you want to do this. Like, I'd be okay if you tried setting up an appointment. It would be okay if I tried setting up an appointment. You're still going to be there to help, right? You're my girlfriend, so of course I'm going to do all I can. Good. I'm being casual about this and all, but I'm still scared, you know? It's thanks to you I can take this step forward. I'm doing this only because I trust you this much, and because you haven't broken that. So, thanks. Oh, jeez. Natsu gives me a peck on the cheek and heads back to my room. I should probably get to bed soon, too. That scared me for some reason. It's amazing how much Natsuki has grown. I don't think she'd have agreed this easily if I offered her the choice half a year ago. What a ride this has been. To think that we're finally going to get some closure on this feels unbelievably satisfying. Now it's only a matter of how tomorrow goes. And I think tomorrow will be the topic for the next episode. I think we've been going for about, 40 minutes. Anyway, well, this was a whole lot to take in. I didn't expect her dad to actually come to my house and speak his mind, sorry. I didn't expect that at all. I didn't expect him to be this kind, to be honest. I actually thought he would be way more aggressive and angry, but he actually wasn't. Which is good, to be honest. So, first of all, I'm still alive. But yeah, you get the point. He opened up as well, and now we might get to repair what has been broken before. Jeez, this was an emotional roller coaster, wasn't it? At least for me, though. So I'm really into this, and I'm also curious what happens at the counseling appointment. So yeah, that's up for the next episode. This was this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, whatever you want. And I'll see you all in the next episode.